Welcome back, everybody. We hope you had a wonderful Christmas. Hopefully, some of the things that were on our wish list, you guys were actually able to go and pick up and are now just starting to implement into your daily workflow. But today, it's a new year, and that means a new year for your business as well. So, we're going to drop 3 tips that can help you get onto the right track for 2024.
When I was coming up with this list, it's kind of funny because I was trying to put myself back in the agent shoes because the videos we make here are geared towards the agent, but really this applies to whatever you're doing because it applies to what I do now as well. But number one, as basic and cliche as it probably sounds, is go into the new year with a positive mindset. I'm sure a lot of you, it's the end of the year, so this could be the time that you're reflecting on what your business did for the last 12 months, and good or bad. There's probably a lot of reasons because most humans give yourselves reasons to let doubt creep in or let a negative, mindset creep in. So just let January 1st be a mental reset for you. Let you, wipe everything clean, go in positive, and, think of things that you can improve on. One of the best things you can do to do this is to set new goals. So look back at this previous year. Did you hit the goals that you wanted to hit? Did you, hit the numbers you wanted to hit in sales? Did you do the work you wanted to do on the marketing side? There's a lot of different goals that we could go into. That could be in a completely different video, to be honest, but just set new goals, set goals that are going to push you harder and something that you can get excited about again. Those are my favorite kind of goals personally. I don't know about you, David, but not just goals that are like, I need to, make this year money wise or anything like that. It's goals that might not really mean anything to your actual financial well-being, but they're exciting for whatever reason. It gets the juices going and gets you really excited. Set some goals like that so you can keep that positive mindset moving into the new year. Pertaining to goal setting too, we'll dive into number 2. And part of goal setting is figuring out where you went wrong and getting back to the basics. So Nick and Jeff teach this a lot whenever they're doing a weekly meeting with, learning your numbers, learning what is actually working inside of your business. So to break this down in the most simple form, my second tip would be get back to the most simple basics you can with everything. What numbers do you need to hit to be successful in your mind? Not successful in anybody else's mind, just in your mind. What are those numbers? How many calls is it? How many sales is it? If you're also trying to focus on other avenues of your business like marketing, how many, website articles are you putting out this week?
And take the time to write it down as well and put it right in front of you. Don't be willy-nilly about your goal setting when it comes to metrics. Take the time to do some research into your own business and pick out a targeted goal that makes sense.
Yeah, and while you're looking at that, while you're looking at your own business or analyzing some of the things that might need fixed going into 2024, while you're trying to get back to the basics, one of the other things that you can get back to the basics on is your script for these calls. You guys would be shocked at how many calls that I hear and how many times I've seen the script in the CRM. I know what it looks like. I know how it's formatted. How many agents were on top of it for 7, 8 months, some only for a couple weeks. The time frames vary, but then it just it's like the muscle memory is gone and you faded away from it for whatever reason. Now is the time to, while you're mental resetting, to really understand that you can get back into that muscle memory and get back to the script, get back to what's working, and really diagnose what's not so that you can start off the new year as hot as possible. Because most of you know that January is one of the best months in the business to write business. So this is the time to really look at those things that were causing a problem and get things moving in the right direction. And lastly, while we're on that topic, just because I know it's always a hot topic with everybody who watches these videos, is lead sources when we're talking about getting back to the basics. The year's over, right? 2023 is in the books. And most of you have probably tried more than one lead source because that's what agents do. It's the shiny object syndrome. Maybe now's the time to go back to the lead source that works and stick with it for this entire year of 2024. Pick your lead source, learn it, master it, and really kick into overdrive on that one source. Try and do a year where it's not ping-ponging to the next best thing all the time, because usually the grass isn't always greener whenever it comes to leads. Find the one that you wrote the most business on, and this is the year that you take it to the next level, writing, hundreds of thousands of dollars of business on it. Basics, right? Yeah, number 3, David, I don't even remember what video we were talking about this on, but it was a couple weeks ago. I could have put like 7 things in number 3. I didn't really know which one deserved the spot for a top 3, but this one stuck out to me for whatever reason. I think it was one of the videos we talked with Jeff on, but this year I think would be a great year for a lot of, especially veteran agents that are watching this, or even a newer agent coming in. But either get mentored by somebody or become a mentor. It's just as powerful, in my opinion, to be either or, right? Sometimes you're new and you need the help from somebody, and sometimes you're doing great. And the one thing you need to really keep you motivated is just to help somebody else. You know, you've made it. Now it's time to kind of reach back and pull somebody else up with you. And that can be really powerful. It can like certify in your head that you are killing it, right? And to have that keep certifying every single day, I feel like can really keep a positive mindset going for you. It kind of goes back to number 1.
Yeah. Yeah, and we do here at Digital BGA offer, some coaching and things like that. But you're right. Finding a mentor, it does push you to the next level. Just having somebody that you ping conversations on what you do on a daily or even a weekly basis, just to keep yourself in check and make sure that you're moving towards where you want to go.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that happens when you mentor somebody or you have a mentor in a job like this where you're working from home, whether you have an office or not, or agents underneath you, you can feel isolated. So sometimes even the successes feel a little bit lonely or not validated. I think that's how I have felt before whenever I was an agent. I mean, I think anybody in any role can feel that way sometimes if there's not a way to really, even if other people see it that you work with, like you can't validate it all the time. So when you're mentoring somebody and teaching them and you see them succeed, that's a form of validation that can really keep, a passion going throughout the year. Whenever you hit those, you know, dry spells at the end of a 3-month run and it just feels like you're running out of the energy, I feel like having somebody that you're helping constantly or even start learning from kind of keeps that energy there, keeps the passion there, and keeps the drive going for both people involved.
The only thing that I would add to it is you were talking about motivation in the first point, right? Getting motivated, having a positive mindset. One thing that I do whenever I am trying to stay on target with my goals is if I'm ever trying to put something off and procrastination is falling into my head, I'll repeat this phrase 3 times and I'll get it done. I'll say, do it and do it now. Just do it now.
I love that. Yeah.
I repeat it to myself 3 times, and usually by that third time, it gets me up off my ass, and gets me doing what I need to do because it's so easy to procrastinate every single year. Everyone is saying "New Year, new me," and they fall back into their old patterns by February, March. Sometimes they don't even make it to February. So
Yeah.
a couple of these tips, especially the third one, Josh mentioned the mentorship. These are going to help you to stay on track with what you're looking to accomplish for 2024. These tips should help you keep moving forward and have the energy to continue.
Yeah. And like I said, if you you can just Google top 10 New Year's resolutions and you're going to see mostly the same thing on every website. So we could have plugged in anything here. These were 3 that I thought were the most important for agents specifically, because I think the most important thing most of you guys can do is get back to the basics, which usually just refers to sales, calls, numbers, everything that we all know. Really simplify things, get your mindset right, and help somebody or get helped. Even if you think you've got it down, that's what I thought was the most important going into the new year, is just those 3. They seem super basic. They seem like they'd be on every website out there, but I thought they were important. So that's the 3 I went with. So that being said, guys, take those 3, implement them. We wish you a happy new year. We hope all of you crush it in 2024. We have some big things coming up here at Digital BGA in 2024 that we are very excited about. We'll save that for Nick and Jeff to tell you about whenever they think the time is right, though. But crush it in 2024. Happy New Year's, and we will catch you in the videos after the new year.